Welcome back as we roll into the final match of the 2023 NSAA Championships. We have Hastings and Wayne in the girls Class B final. Here's a look at where they reside in the state. Now Wayne discussed this before in the northeast corner, and then Hastings to the west here of Lincoln. And we'll see how these two teams got here. And Wayne winning their way all the way to the final. Hastings digging themselves a little bit through the losers bracket as they defeated Waverly in 4 to get to the state championship match. And now it's time to meet the teams. Let's send it down to our public address announcer, Alex Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sun Valley Lanes and Games for the Nebraska School Activities Association's 2023 State Bowling Girls Team Championship. The NSAA would like to recognize our premier corporate partners, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, and Nebraska Orthopedic Center. Tonight's championship match features the Hastings Tigers against the Wayne Blue Devils. Congratulations to both teams for making it to this stage. Wayne has advanced from the championship bracket, and Hastings has advanced out of the elimination bracket and will need to win 2 matches to win the state title. Now let's meet our teams. First, the Hastings Tigers. A junior, number 34, Kaylin Schaefer. A senior, number 18, Angel Meyer. A freshman, number 10, Mackenzie Tate. A senior, number 29, Winter Martin. A junior, number 41, Haley Caldwell. A freshman, number 19, Elizabeth Baker. And a senior wearing number 3, Gabrielle Jones. The head coach for the Tigers is Kent Rothfuss. Now let's meet the Wayne Blue Devils. A freshman wearing number 24, Reagan Furneaux. A junior wearing number 0, Nina Hammer. A senior, number 8, Riley Heschke. A sophomore, number 15, Maddie Yonke. A junior, number 2, Jersey Jensen. A sophomore, number 10, Jocelyn Johnson. And a sophomore, number 22, Lindsay Neiman. Assistant coach for the Blue Devils is Cease Vandersnick, and the head coach is Josh Johnson. Now, bowlers, at this time, you may begin your 10-minute practice.
The Hastings Tigers, Mackenzie Tate, Angel Meyer, Elizabeth Baker, Winter Martin, Gabrielle Jones, Kaylin Schaefer, and Haley Caldwell. And now for the Wayne Blue Devils, Nina Hammer and Jersey Jensen, Riley Hashke, Jocelyn Johnson, Madeline Yonke, Lindsay Neiman, and Reagan Furneaux. And we will step aside as we get ready for the Class B girls state championship. Wayne looking to win yet another state title here on Nebraska Public Media.
There's a place in the middle of America where we stand up and stand out, bringing light that illuminates the best ideas and brings change. Understanding the heart of learning comes from the heartland. Nebraska Public Media is yours, a space and community for everyone. We tell stories and amplify voices so that all can be heard, all from a place that we call home. This is Nebraska Public Media.
welcome you back inside Sun Valley Lanes. It's our Class B Girls State Championship, which is just moments away. But first, you can also watch the NSAA Bowling Championship matches on your computer, tablet, smartphone at nebraskapublicmedia.org/sports or on the free Nebraska Public Media app. Streaming is also supported through Apple TV and Chromecast. Get the free app at nebraskapublicmedia.org/apps. And now we'll toss it to Carla with our lane patterns for tonight.
For this championship match, we are throwing shots on a 40-foot pattern with a ratio of about 6.5 to 1, which means there's about 6.5 times as much oil in the middle of the lane as the outside. It's a challenging shot. It's not as challenging as a sport shot, but easier than your typical recreational shot that you would find on just a Saturday night at the local bowling alley. So challenging for these ladies. We'll see what they can do here in this championship match.
We are getting set for the final match here at the state championships. It's Class B girls, Hastings and Wayne. Hastings in the black and orange, while Wayne in the blue. We get Riley Hashke here to begin. And Hashke knocks down 7 there. A few pins in the middle. And for Hastings, it is number 34, Kaylin Schaefer here. Here's Kaylin's toss. Tough split there, gets 6. Now we go back to Riley Hashke.
So both teams coming up right, missing the pocket. Perhaps needing to either get the jitters out or already ready to make a move.
Hashke, the senior here. And she gets the spare and shows the emotion afterwards. And Wayne begins with the spare. We'll see if Hastings can match that here with Schaefer. Here's Schaefer and gets 2. So now here's Wayne's second toss, and that's number 10, Jocelyn Johnson. Gets 9 there with the back left corner, awaiting. And for Hastings, here's Angel Meyer in the 2 spot. And Meyer's toss. It's 9 as well, so a couple 9s here to begin the second frame in the opening match between Wayne and Hastings. One more chance for Jocelyn Johnson here. The sophomore gets the spare. Back-to-back spares to begin for the Wayne Blue Devils. Looking to sweep up the Class B competition with a win here today. One more time for Meyer. And she hits that as well. Angel Meyer, a little dance after that. Gets the spare as well, so both teams spare here in the second frame. Lindsay Neiman here, the sophomore. Average of 148. And Neiman gets 8.
You see Neiman with that two-handed approach, something that's becoming increasingly popular in youth bowling. She credits Jason Belmonte, one of the first to bring two-handed approaches to the PBA.
And 8 this time for Hastings. So we'll go back to Lindsay Neiman. And that was just the freshman, number 10, Mackenzie Tate on Hastings' throw. So now back to Lindsay Neiman, needing 2 pins for the spare. And misses wide left there, so an open And now we'll see if Hastings can get that spare back. Mackenzie Tate, the freshman, can put these down. And she gets one there to the left. Nina Hammer, the junior, number 0. An average of 155. And gets 9 there, misses. In 9. And for Hastings, a strike.
We saw 2 different shots there. Nina's crossed over to the left, called a Brooklyn when you're a right-handed bowler and it heads to the left side of the head pin. She hit the 1-2 and almost was able to get a strike out of it. But over there for Hastings, the right-handed bowler hit the 1-3, which is the pocket for a right-handed bowler.
Here's Nina Hammer. Can't hit that 1 pin, so another open for Wayne. And now here's Hastings. Another strike, back to back, and Hastings has a strong finish. Their first go around here in this first frame.
Hastings looking pretty lined up there on the right-hand lane.
Now here's Jersey Jensen, the junior, number 2. And for Jersey, he gets 7 there with 3 in the back there towards the left side of the lane. Jensen's got one more try, the anchor, here in this 5th frame.
Jersey with a high game of 257.
And Jensen just gets 1 there on the right. And there's that strike from Hastings, their most recent strike. Bang! Puts it away. Back-to-back strikes for the Tigers. Here's Riley Hashke one more time for Hastings. Hashke strike, make it back to back to back. 3 consecutive strikes for the Tigers.
Wayne started off clean. 2 spares to start the game, but 3 opens now that they're working on, needing to get something started here in the back half of the game.
Here's Riley Hashke. Gets 7 there. Now Angel Meyer, the senior. And Meyer getting 9. Missing 1 there in the back, I believe pin 8. So 3 pins to go here for Riley Hashke here in this 6th frame for Wayne. 94-62, Hastings ahead here in the first game. Hashke gets 2. Going open again for the Blue Devils.
Angel Meyer here is working on a 2-pin.
2-pin here for Meyer. Got it. So spare for Angel Meyer. Keep Hastings in front with a comfortable lead. Jocelyn Johnson, the sophomore, number 10. And Johnson gets 9 there. Nearing a strike, but looking for the spare now. Mackenzie Tate, the freshman. She gets 8. Gap between the 2 pins, and now a chance for a spare for Jocelyn Johnson.
Now Jocelyn can just throw her strike shot again. This 5-pin sits right behind the head pin, so just like that. Throw your first shot again, and you're going to make it just fine.
There it is, the spare for Jocelyn Johnson. Now Tate's got another opportunity for Hastings. And Tate, no problems, gets the spare.
Not only gets the spare there, but that is her pocket. That's the 1-3 that she left there. So if she can do that again, Mackenzie's lined up for the pocket now.
So toss it back, Lindsay Neiman now. Up to bowl for Wayne. And there it is, showing the raw emotion after the strike. And Neiman, the sophomore. And that one is winner Martin. And Martin gets 8. One of 3 seniors on this Hastings squad, and only 1 senior on Wayne's squad. Now up for Wayne, Nina Hammer, the junior, number 0.
For Wayne's such a powerhouse school, back-to-back state championships, going for 3 in a row, and a young team to boot. Nice spare there for Hastings.
Yeah, that's winner Martin on the spare. Really nice job. Now back to Hammer, and Hammer gets 8.
But this Wayne team, a young team, meaning which means they've been here before, right? They've all been here before because they're such a young team. Only 1 freshman on this team, otherwise mostly juniors and seniors. So they have been in this situation.
There's a strike. Yeah, Caldwell.
Nina Hammer for Wayne, a junior, heading off to UNL in a couple years when she graduates. Planning to major in animal science, and a nice spare there for her, taking out the 3-8.
Gets the spare. Hastings well in front, 10th frame. Caldwell with another opportunity. And Caldwell to the right, but still does it well. It's about 8 there. Now we'll see Jensen one more time for Wayne. Jensen finding though, gets 9.
Nice roll there.
On the 10.
Yeah, nice roll that she got there on that shot. She's lined up for the pocket. She just needs to find a way to get that 10 pin out, but not much to change for her.
Missing wide right there. So 187 Hastings here in the first game.
And the best Wayne can do now is 150. So Hastings takes game 1.
Here's Jensen. Got it. Hits the spare. 10th frame still alive for Jersey Jensen. And Jensen, same thing. At 9 pins, but misses the 10. So 187, 149, Hastings over Wayne in game number 1. More to come here on Nebraska Public Media.
How do you know when you've found your team? They all might look a little different. They might find each other for different reasons. Maybe you're trying something new, or you've done this before. Whether you're winning or just doing your best, when you're on the lanes, they're right behind you. Reunite with your team.
Coverage of the NSAA Bowling Championships is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Bowling Proprietors. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Hastings wins that first game, 187-149. And Carla Wayne been kind of cruising through no shutouts here.
So 2021, Wayne wins the championship 3-0. 2022, Wayne wins the championship 3-0. So a different path for them this year if they're planning on going back to back to back. And a great start for Hastings. That was a beautiful strike.
Absolutely. So there is number 34, Kaylin Schaefer, with the strike to get things going. And we go back to number 8, Riley Hashke, the lead off for Wayne.
You know, one of the things that several of these Wayne girls talked about was they spent some time before the season on a team bonding trip up to Sioux City. Sounds like it was an overnight trip where they went to a trampoline park, went out to dinner, did some shopping, but just did a lot of team bonding, which now in this situation where they've been to the championship, this is their 3rd year in a row here, but perhaps taking a different path to the title if that's what's going to happen. That team bonding that they started way up in Sioux City and have carried with them throughout the season is going to be something that's really going to come in clutch in this situation for them.
There's Hashke getting the spare. She hits the back right 10-pin. Same story here for Hastings. And Angel Meyer, number 18, the senior. And misses right there with the gutter. So the spare for Wayne in frame 1, a strike in frame 1 for Hastings, and then an open and 9 for the Tigers in frame 2. We'll see frame 2 from Wayne here. Jocelyn Johnson, the sophomore, steps in. Looks pretty good there. She gets the strike, little pose afterwards, and Wayne gets their first strike of the second game. Mackenzie Tate, 3rd one up for the Tigers. And gets a few there, a couple fall late, and she ends up with 6 down after her first throw. Lindsay Neiman, 3rd up for Wayne here in the second game. Hastings took game 1 of this state finals.
Neiman, the sophomore, really focused on keeping a cool head during the match because she acknowledges it's not just you, that your score helps her. It's a great shot for her. It affects your whole team.
And Neiman's off to a great start. Gets another strike there. Back-to-back strikes for the Blue Devils. Here's Mackenzie Tate. And Tate gets 1 in the back. Just a 7 for the Tigers. The early advantage, Wayne is 35-20, but throwing a couple strikes for the Blue Devils. And here's Nina Hammer, 4th frame.
Might get there.
Make it 3 strikes in a row for the Blue Devils. Nina Hammer adding on. Back to back to back for Wayne.
So Wayne is lined up.
And 9 this time for Winter Martin, the senior. See if Jersey Jensen can round it off for Wayne. 4 consecutive strikes potentially. She comes up and knocks down all 10 here. And she's the anchor.
And she's left a weak 10 on her last 2 shots. She's lined up, but can't seem to keep that 10 pin out, and there it is, one more time for her.
Yeah, that's interesting. Doesn't get the 10 to fall. And while we say that, Winter Martin gets the spare for Hastings.
And you know, as a player, Jersey, this is a frustrating situation. You're lined up, you're in the pocket, you've got a lot of pin action, and that 10 pin just won't kick out. She takes it out of the gutter there. That's not going to count as a spare for her. But it's a frustrating place to be in because there's not much of a move that needs to happen. And in fact, maybe you don't even move your feet and the ball. Maybe you need to increase your ball speed, or maybe it's a ball change that needs to happen.
So 7 here for Colwell. So 107.52 is how the score lies now. Basically halfway through here. Here's Colwell one more time with 3 to go. And she gets 2. Here's the replay of that last strike here. And there it is, Wayne looking really good here in this second game. That was Lindsay Neiman showing the emotion after the strike. Back to Riley Hashke here for Wayne.
Hashke, not only a strong bowler, but also a wonderful golfer. She has fielded offers from Peru State and Christian Central of Kansas, but has ultimately decided on Buena Vista University in Storm Lake, Iowa, where she will play golf.
Got a college golfer in the house.
Absolutely.
So that's 8 for Hashke. And now we see Schaefer back up for Hastings. And Schaefer gets it. She gets the strike.
You can tell she knew that was a little messy, but she'll take it.
Strike in the first frame, strike in the 6th frame for Schaefer. Looking really strong here in this second game. Here's Hashke one more time. And Hashke missing wide left, so an open for Wayne. Covering up making up some ground is Hastings there in the 6th frame. Here's Angel Meyer for Hastings. And 9 there, nearly a strike, but 1 to go. Jocelyn Johnson, number 10, up for Wayne. And Johnson got it, gets the strike.
Clean so far for Jocelyn. That's 2 strikes, 2 spares for her.
4 strikes, 7 frames here in the second game for Wayne. And here again, this time a spare for Angel Meyer in the 7th frame. Had an open there in the 2nd, redeems herself with the spare.
Lindsay Neiman now has had 2 out of 3 frames for her have been strikes. She's got a powerful shot with that 2-handed approach that she's got.
Lindsay Neiman one more time for the Blue Devils. And gets 9 and just missed the 7-pin back left corner. Here's Tate. And Tate, the freshman, gets the strike for Hastings. Neiman's just got the 7-pin to worry about here. Back left corner, looking for the spare. This would be the 2nd spare of the game for Wayne. Here's Neiman, and misses too far to the right. So an open there, back-to-back opens off 9s. And that one falls, so you got 8 for Winter Martin, the senior. And now up for Wayne is Nina Hammer.
A strike would really set Wayne up. Here, if she can make it happen.
Gets 7 out of it. Another opportunity for Martin here. And gets 1 to the right there. Just missed the 1 to the left. One more opportunity for Nina Hammer, number 0.
Yeah, that pretty much closes it up. Wayne's got to pretty much keep the ball in the lane, but a max score of 159 for Hastings. Wayne at 150 right now. Spare here, so 151.
So it gets 1 of the 3 pins. Here's the anchor, Haley Colwell, for Hastings. Colwell gets a really difficult split. We talked about this one earlier, Carla.
Oh, splits all over the place in the boys match. Girls have been able to avoid splits, it seems, so far for the most part. This is only the 2nd one we've seen this game.
Here's Jersey Jensen, the anchor. And Jensen gets 8. More of a manageable split here with 8 pins and a 6 for Colwell and She is going to get 2 of them to the right. One more opportunity for Jersey Jensen here in this 10th frame. Hastings rolls a 137 in the second game, and Wayne be on their way to evening this match out.
Yeah, so Wayne's got this game locked up now, so Jensen can make a decision here whether or not she wants to go for the spare or if she wants to work on getting herself lined up.
And Jersey Jensen, cherry on top with the spare. But we're not done yet. .151, 137 is how the score is settled now, and just moments away from an official 1-1 tie heading into the third game. Here's Jersey Jensen once more. Jensen gets 7. Wayne celebrates. It's 1-1 here between Wayne and Hastings on Nebraska Public Media.
Live streaming for the NSAA Championships are also available at the Nebraska Public Media website and on the free Nebraska Public Media app.
Title IX, 50 years in the making.
.168, 137, Wayne over Hastings in game 2. We are even 1-1 between the Blue Devils and the Tigers. And those were some snazzy Wayne earrings there on that fan.
And a light up headband, I think I saw.
Yeah, that's some fashion. I like it. So we begin with Riley Hashke here. Third game is underway officially. And Hashke starts with an exclamation point. A strike. And the chants begin for the Wayne team as they start on top here. And now we see Schaefer. Schaefer gets 7 there, misses 3 to the left, or 3 to the right. Here's Jocelyn Johnson now, in the 2 spot in the lineup for Wayne. And gets 9 and misses the back left 7 pin.
And Kaylin Schaefer, like many of her teammates, credits team parents and relatives for their just tremendous support, and the whole Hastings community having their support behind this team, making sure they've got snacks and meals and all the things they need as they travel around the state for NSAA high school bowling.
Schaefer gets the spare there, and now a miss in the gutter to the left for Jocelyn Johnson. Stepping up Angel Meyer now for the Tigers. And Meyer gets 9, missing just 1.
Meyer has a nice ball reaction. She needs to make a slight adjustment, I think, to the right. I think if she can move her feet, maybe one board to the right might be enough, but she has a nice ball reaction.
Lindsay Neiman, number 22 now for Wayne. Here's her first toss. And Neiman throws back in, gets 9. Just 1 pin to get here for Angel Meyer, looking for the spare. She has it right down the drain. Right down Main Street. Puts it away.
We'll see what Lindsay Neiman can do here. This two-handed approach has made spares difficult for her in this championship match. We'll see if that gets settled here on this one pin spare she needs here.
There's the toss from Neiman. Yep, got it. They exchange spares. Third frame coming now for the freshman Mackenzie Tate. Had a pretty solid second game. See what she can do in the third game. And gets down. I was like grateful to get that last pin to drop.
Much more makeable than what it could have been.
So now 9 off the hand of Tate. Here's Nina Hammer. Hammer getting 7. Manageable split. Now just again for Hastings, 1 pin to get here on the second toss. This time it's the freshman Tate. And missing left here into the gutter. Gets 9 and open nonetheless. A pretty tight game here so far, Carla.
It is. This 1-3-8 spare, she's going to miss to the left as well. Spares win championships, and that we're seeing that right here, right? We've got, let's see, we've got Hastings with 2 fills and an open, and we've got Wayne with 2 fills, 2 opens. Find a way to start getting cleaner. If we can't strike, we gotta have spares.
Yeah, Winter Martin there, right down the middle, has those 2 pins. And it's Jersey Jensen here, the anchor for Wayne.
Another
And
weak 10.
again, yeah, missing that 10 pin has been her Achilles heel here in this match so far. Another spare opportunity for her, but before that, Winter Martin gets 1 on the right and an open 9 for the Tigers, and Jensen will see if she can tack on another spare for Wayne. And Jensen got it. Knocks down the 10 pin for the spare.
And we'll see if Jersey's going to make a ball change to try to get that weak 10 out.
Here's Haley Colwell. Fresh set of pins for Hastings. She's the anchor. And Colwell comes in high, misses 2 there, and she knocks down 8 pins.
Yeah, she pulled that left a little bit. It almost looked like she had her follow through coming, just kind of pulled it in a little bit, which made the ball head towards the left earlier and just never had a chance to get to the pocket.
Spare for Colwell, knocks down those last 2 pins. Here's a replay. It's a nice spare here, and that's Jersey Jensen. A little dance they do with their arms to celebrate. So 56-52. It's going to come down to the wire here in this third game. Here's Schaefer. And Schaefer gets 7 there on her toss. Now we'll see what the leadoff and Hashke for Wayne can do.
Strike here would help Wayne take the lead.
Here's Hashke. Finds out the pocket, gets 9 again. Grateful to get that last little drop.
Yeah, strike would have taken the lead, but 9 ties it up.
So this is a big throw for Schaefer's got 3 here. Pretty compact down there. No problem. Gets the spare, big time.
Big spare there for Hastings because we're all tied up, which means now the pressure is on Riley Hashke to make this spare to keep it tied up.
Right down the middle here. Keep this thing even Steven. She can hit this. And she does. She gets it to go.
So Wayne down by 2.
73-71 through 6 frames of game 3. It's all tied up 1-1. And now 7 there. That's Angel Meyer, the senior. I was just about to say 6, but that 7th pin falls right at the last second. And Jocelyn Johnson here for Wayne. That sneaks in for the strike.
Huge strike.
Jocelyn Johnson showing some confidence after hitting that big strike here in the 7th frame. One more opportunity for Angel Meyer. Misses wide left and open.
And with that strike for Wayne and that open for Hastings, Wayne has taken the lead up by 4.
Here's Lindsay Neiman for the Blue Devils.
Neiman, just a sophomore, but already thinking when she graduates high school, she wants to head off to the University of Nebraska in Lincoln and study wildlife conservation.
Here's Neiman. Gets 9. So 9 for Neiman. We'll see what the freshman Tate can do here for Hastings. 97-91 Tigers, but don't forget Wayne had a strike there in the 7th frame. Here's Tate. And gets 9 as well. Further to the right.
And Angel Tate's, or excuse me, Tate's a player who has a lot of skid, not a ton of roll on her shot. But for the most part, she makes it work. She sends it up the middle, catches that 1-3 pocket as often as she can. With that skid heading into the pins, there's not quite the pin action that you get if the ball is rolling into the pocket. And a miss there for Lindsay Neiman, leaves an open frame for Wayne. But with that skid heading into the pocket, you don't quite get the pin action, and so the strikes aren't going to happen quite as often as if the ball was able to catch a roll into the pocket. But Tate so far has been making it work.
And misses right there, so a couple of opens for both Wayne and Hastings. 9th frame, Nina Hammer taking on Winter Martin. First, we'll see Nina Hammer, the junior. Average of 156. And Nina split. Difficult. Now for Winter Martin. And she gets 6 of her own.
So this split might be a big game changer here, because Wayne was up 13 pins. This is a tough split to make to keep the lead. But Hastings has to make their spare as well.
One more opportunity here.
Oh, she almost had it.
Nearly gets it, but just not enough. 9 for Hammer. And now a big spare. That's Winter Martin, the senior.
Must strike situation here for Hastings to go down by 2, depending on what Wayne does here in the 10th frame.
Number 2, Jersey Jensen now for Wayne. And Jersey got it. 7 pin falls at the last second for the strike for Jersey Jensen, the anchor. Haley Caldwell now, Hastings. She says, I can do it too. She gets a strike as well. We are in the anchors for a reason, Carla.
Absolutely. So we've got 128 Wayne, 126 Hastings. Both teams working on a strike right now. So Wayne up by 2, but needing to strike to hold on to that. And we left the door open for Hastings.
Jensen just gets 6 there. Here's Hastings. Colwell. 7. A big spare if Jensen can get this. The anchor has a strike already here in this 10th frame.
A spare guarantees a win in this game.
Can she do it? Yes, she can. And Wayne. 148. Here's Colwell. And gets 2 of the 3 on the left side there. So Wayne outlasts Hastings 148-145, 2-1 Blue Devils. We'll be back. Nebraska Public Media. Don't go anywhere.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Sun Valley Lanes hosting another state championships. And Hastings falls to Wayne in a nail-biting finish. The Blue Devils have the advantage now heading into the 4th game. And Wayne looking to become 3-time state champions. But first, we got to see what Riley Hashke can do for the Blue Devils. And she gets 8. So now Hastings, per usual, leading off with Kaylin Schaefer, the junior. So believe the bowlers bowled in the wrong lane. So now have to battle back if you're Riley Hashke.
Hashke's had a strong first frame every game. Spare, strike, strike, strike. So she can spare this up here and keep clean in that first frame. Shake off that mistake from just a few moments ago.
Kaylin Schaefer one more time. And gets 2 there. Luckily gets 2, kind of bounced back and hit that pin in the back. It was the 8 pin, wasn't it? I believe it was the 8 pin.
Looks like it.
One more chance here for Hashke. She does redeem herself. And a deep breath. She gets the spare.
And that's exactly what you want from your leadoff bowler. She has been so consistent in that first frame. You need somebody who's going to make a good shot, who's going to set the tone for the game.
Strike. Angel Meyer for Hastings.
Nice ball roll for Angel Meyer there.
Jocelyn Johnson now for Wayne. And gets 9 there, missing 1 back left corner.
That's a week 7 there for her. It's very similar to what has been happening for Jersey Jensen with that week 10.
Mackenzie Tate, the freshman for Hastings. And just gets a few down the line on that right side, just 3 pins. Johnson, see if can get Wayne back-to-back spares to begin the fourth game, and cannot, as it gets the gutter on the left side. Now Tate just had 3 pins in her first throw. We'll see what she can do here in her second throw. And as good as she can do, she gets the spare, knocks down the remaining 7 pins.
Second spare in the match for her.
Here's Lindsay Neiman, number 22. And Neiman, another strike. Fired up after that one. The first strike of the 4th game for the Blue Devils. One more time here, winner Martin getting 9 on her first throw. And 4th frame, here comes Nina Hammer, the junior, for Wayne. And Hammer gets 7 there, and a doable split. Now Martin gets that one, spare for Hastings. So now, strike, spare, spare have been the last 3 frames for the Tigers.
And nobody's really running away with this game at this point. Both teams fighting for, Wayne's fighting to win it, Hastings fighting to stay alive.
There it is. Nina Hammer gets a spare, the second Wayne spare here in the 4th game.
And that makes us tied up.
Colwell, 7 this time for the anchor.
I could be wrong. I think this is a ball change for Jersey Jensen.
Game high is 224 in her career, and she gets 8 here on her first throw. So now we take it back to Colwell, the anchor, and Colwell averaging 160. Game high is 227. She got 3 pins remaining here. And knocks 2 of them down. And 9 for Colwell. Another opportunity here. Jersey Jensen. Rattles it home. Spare for Jersey Jensen. Here's the replay. That's Lindsay Neiman. Finds just the right of the head pin, and the emotion from the Wayne Blue Devils here in this state championship match.
The Blue Devils talked about at practice that they spend time not just bowling complete games, but doing lots of drills, which you may not see when you see people out just recreational bowling, right? Drills, things like a 3-step approach where you don't do the whole approach, but you just focus on the parts that you're really wanting to work on, like your release or your ball swing. Maybe you do a 1-step approach where you're just working on your slide, but different ways that you can work on the different elements of your game without necessarily throwing a regular shot like you would in a game.
So these are the leadoffs. That was Kaylin Schaefer there getting 7. It was 9 for Hashke. 1 to go for potentially a 3rd consecutive spare for the Wayne Blue Devils. They lead 85-74 at this point here in the 4th game. And she got it right on the tip of that right side for the spare here in the 6th frame. We'll see if Schaefer can do the same for the Tigers. She can. Got it. Knocks down all 3 for the spare. Jocelyn Johnson, number 10. The sophomore up now for Wayne. And got 9. Back to Angel Meyer for the Tigers.
Angel Meyer has really sound fundamentals. You see a really straight ball swing from her. You see a nice follow through. She just has a really clean, sound fundamental game, and she gets those beautiful strikes just like that.
Great strike there from Angel Meyer in the 7th frame for Hastings. And now it's back to Johnson and Wayne, and she misses left. So an open for the Blue Devils there in the 7th frame, making this thing pretty competitive here in game 4. Here's Mackenzie Tate of Hastings. And Tate, all right, hits 8. And those 2 there in the back right. Left for Tate. And now Neiman, who's been awesome here in this match so far.
If Lindsay Neiman wants to keep the pressure on Hastings, a strike here would be clutch.
Here's Neiman, and she does. Man, oh man. Another strike for Lindsay Neiman. Goes back to Tate here with those 2 pins left. And Tate gets 1 to the left, misses the back right 10 pin.
And that tightens things up.
It does. Here's Nina Hammer, number 0. And Hammer gets 8 there.
With the open there for Hastings in the 8th frame, if Wayne can just stay clean.
Strike.
Pressure from Hastings.
It's as clean as it gets.
They're gonna fight.
That was Winter Martin that time. Nina Hammer once more for 2. Misses both to the right this time around. So 139, 122, but there's that Hastings strike as we are in the 10th frame. Haley Caldwell, the junior for Hastings. Ball comes in high, gets 9 for the anchor. Jersey Jensen now. Here's Jersey Jensen. Strike for Wayne.
What a great time for Jersey Jensen to get that 10 pin out. Good for her.
Colwell one more time. Yep, gets the spare. So keep it on here in the 10th frame. Wayne and Hastings in this exciting Class B girls state championship match. Wayne perfect 3-0 here at the state tournament thus far.
A strike here would be huge to keep the pressure on Hastings. This is a tight game.
Jersey Jensen, she misses that back 10.
So the most we can get is 159 from Wayne.
Colwell gets 7.
She has to make the spare to tie this game. If she makes the spare, we're tied up at 159, 159 on the game. If she misses this, then we're tied 2-2.
Got it. Game 4 stays alive. 159, 159. So sudden death, and Carla, it's our first time on sudden death here today.
This is our first time on sudden death. I have not seen this in a state championship yet.
So going over.
John Lazito explaining what's about to happen next. All right, so Hastings going to take the first shot here.
And we'll see Haley Colwell, number 41. So we're going to see the anchors out here.
High ball, sudden death.
Colwell with the strike.
Just what you need.
Now all the pressure on Jersey Jensen and Wayne. Will we see that pivotal 5th game, or will we roll on?
And this brings out the nerves.
Wow! It falls at the last second. Strikes for both the anchors. So now we're going to shift on to different players, and we'll see which of these two teams who rolls out for both the squads. High ball wins again.
Yep, they each have to pick a new player.
I'm sure the Wayne fans are waiting for that 10th pin to drop. With
Oh my gosh.
Man, oh man. Heart skipped a beat for sure if you're cheering for the team in blue. So now going to lane 28 here, and now we're going to see Winter Martin and Lindsay Neiman.
So same situation, 1 ball each, high ball wins.
Saw strikes from both the anchors, and now we'll see what we see here from Martin. Gets 9. And now strike to win, 9 we play on, or anything less than 9, game 5.
No pressure.
Neiman has been terrific here in this state championship match. Lindsay Neiman, the sophomore. Here's a strike for the win if she can get it. She 9. Let's play more.
And we're going to do it again. We're going to pick a new player on each team.
Keep on keeping on here in game 4. So Hastings has used Winter Martin and Colwell. Wayne has used Neiman and Jersey Jensen. So now we're going to see Riley Hashke and Schaefer. So we're seeing the leadoffs. So Hastings goes first here, lane 28. Here's Schaefer. And Schaefer, it's 7. So now you need 8 at least for number 8, Riley Hashke. Can she do it? The leadoff. Will this be how she ends her senior year in a Wayne bowling uniform? Number 8 needs 8 here. She gets 9, and Wayne, a walk-off for the senior. The Wayne Blue Devils, back to back to back state champions. The Wayne Blue Devils walk it off. And what a way to end your career than walking off a state title for Wayne. Man, what a 4th game that was. That was awesome.
That was awesome. It doesn't get much more exciting than that.
So, man, oh man, we will be back for awards and more Wayne for the championship here on Nebraska Public Media.
The best high school basketball teams in the state compete live on Nebraska Public Media. Watch the NSAA Boys Basketball Championships Saturday, March 11th, beginning at 9 a.m. Central and continue throughout the day. There's action in all classes. Visit nebraskapublicmedia.org/sports for game times. Live streaming will be available at our website and on the Nebraska Public Media app.
Coverage of the NSAA Bowling Championships is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Bowling Proprietors. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back here, Sun Valley Lanes in a thrilling Class B championship girls match. Wayne in the roll-off takes care of business and defends their crown against Hastings. And for now, we will get to our awards. First, we'll send it to our public address announcer, Alex Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller and the NSAA Board of Directors Robert Drews from Arapahoe and Dr. John Cerny from Bancroft Rosalie. Here are the awards for runner-up Hastings High School. Head coach Kent Rothfuss, please come to the lane area to present the silver medals to your team. Participants, please come forward as your name is called. Kaylin Schaefer. Mackenzie Tate. Haley Caldwell. Elizabeth Baker. And the seniors, Angel Meyer. Winter Martin. And Gabrielle Jones. For these outstanding participants and their school, here is the 2023 NSAA Girls Class B State Bowling Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Hastings High School.
There are your Class B runner-ups and girls. The Hastings Tigers, a really hard-fought match today against the Wayne Blue Devils. If you would like a DVD of the 2023 NSAA High School State Bowling Championships, just call 1-800-868-1868 or visit nebraskapublicmedia.org for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. You can relive all the excitement from this year's championship for years to come. And now let's send it to our public address announcer, Alex Hull, to award the state champions.
Now to the champions, Wayne High School. First, head coach Josh Johnson, we have a special award for you. Now, Coach Johnson and your assistant, please hand out the gold medals to your team. Participants, please come forward as your name is called. Reagan Furno. Nina Hammer. Maddie Yonke. Jersey Jensen. Jocelyn Johnson. Lindsay Neiman. and the senior Riley Hashke. For these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2023 NSAA Girls Class B State Bowling Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Wayne High School.
The Wayne Blue Devils defend their Class B crown, and we will step aside. More to come with interviews here on Nebraska Public Media.
After concussion, returning to the classroom is a priority of the NSAA. All brains return to learn. Not all brains return to play.
After recognizing that an athlete has suffered a concussion, it is important to monitor the symptoms in the classroom before allowing the athlete to return to extracurricular activities.
The NSAA requires coaches in all sports to take a concussion course once every 3 years.
More information is available on our website, nsaahome.org. Student athletes are students first, athletes second.
This week on Nebraska Stories, we explore our state on the move. By canoe, by train, by bike, by car, and by horse. These stories and more on Nebraska Stories.
Thursday night at 8 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Welcome back. Here is Sun Valley Lanes. Wayne in a thriller over Hastings to claim the Class B Girls State Championship. Now we'll have Carla Bandemer with a few of the Wayne Blue Devils.
Jack, thank you, Coach. A championship on the boys' side, now 3 championships on the girls' side. You are the only coach in Nebraska to know what it's like to win an NSAA championship on the girls' side. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good, not gonna lie to you. It's been a really good day, I think, for Wayne and Wayne Bowling. So I'm gonna enjoy this and enjoy this while all the kids are coming up. But it's been a wild ride all year, and it's been a really long journey over the past years to get these girls and the boys to here. So just so proud of all of them and how hard they battled all day long. So just a great feeling, great feeling.
Congratulations to you. Jersey, you were in the pocket. You were struggling with those weak 10s, which is a frustrating situation to be in for a bowler. How did you stay in it mentally to keep getting the ball to the pocket?
Well, my mom, I just think of what my mom would do, because she leaves a lot of 10 pins too. So I just try to do what she does, and I know that she's cheering for me. So yeah, and I do not like 10 pins.
Nice work for you. And Riley, the lone senior on the team, a sudden death situation where you needed 8 to win. What was going through your mind in that sudden death?
Well, all in the morning, or I guess in the afternoon was when we started bowling. I was struggling to hit the head pin, so what was going through my mind was basically, you need to hit the head pin, otherwise you're not going to get your 8 count. And so I was lucky enough to go Brooklyn on that, so it was pretty nerve-wracking to try and hit that head pin.
But you did it. Great shot in that 3-2 sudden death match. Jack, I'll head it back to you.
Nebraska Public Media Sports brings you all the action from the NSAA Swimming and Diving Championships this Saturday, live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, beginning at 11 a.m. Central on Nebraska Public Media. Live streaming is available at nebraskapublicmedia.org and on the Nebraska Public Media app. With that being said, that wraps up our coverage of the 2023 NSAA State Bowling Championships. Thank you to anybody who tuned in for any of our 4 matches, and we'd like to wish everybody a good night from Sun Valley Lanes and Nebraska Public Media.